Hi, welcome to these Organic Devotions, a weekly series of brief reflections growing out of life here on the farmstead and life lived in pursuit of wonder and awe. Thanks for joining along. We are battling squash bugs these days, those nefarious little shield-shaped marauders that descend en masse on members of the cucurbit family. Things like melons and cucumbers and pumpkins and zucchini. The bugs inject a toxin into the plants and suck out the sap, first weakening and eventually killing the plants. There are preventive measures one can take, and I hope in the coming seasons I can become more proficient at employing them. But for now, if I am going to be able to continue harvesting these squashes that are busily maturing, I'm going to be forced to respond rather than prevent. And so, what am I to do? There are what I refer to as the nuclear options, the variety of popular and readily available toxic chemicals I could spray on the affected plants that would quite handily wipe out the offending bugs in no time, and it's tempting. The sprays are quick and easy and effective. But the chemicals create problems of their own, killing indiscriminately not just the bad insects, the harmful ones, but the beneficial ones as well, including pollinators that are absolutely necessary not simply here in the garden and among our fruit trees, but in life cycles all around us. That and the unappealing prospect of ingesting all those toxins into my own body, kicking off a series of reactions and problems of their own. Who knows where all these ripples might extend? Which is to acknowledge that neither I nor our squashes grow in a vacuum, but within an expansive web of life. The seemingly small and isolated decisions we make today have implications not just for ourselves, but for our neighbors and grandchildren as well. And they're praying that we remember to take them into consideration when making our choices. We don't have to use a sledgehammer when a fly swatter will do. In the garden, there are gentler, more natural, non-toxic solutions that will suffice without the damaging side effects. In our relationships with each other as well. Our children and spouses, our co-workers and fellow citizens, our global neighbors, including immigrants and refugees. More considered words, less knee-jerk reactions, gentler, narrower, more natural solutions that don't create more problems than they solve. Maybe that's part of what Jesus was getting at when he taught us to enter through the narrow gate. For the gate is wide and the road is easy that leads to destruction, and there are many who take it. For the gate is narrow and the road is hard that leads to life, and there are few who find it. The wide gate, the easy path, the nuclear options appear so awfully inviting, but they never turn out to be the silver bullets they had promised. In the garden, in our relationships, in our collective security, and certainly in the path of life, it's the narrow gate that leads to life. I'd love to hear how you are working to find solutions for today that don't become problems tomorrow. You can write me at organicdevotions@gmail.com. Until next week, then, be gentle. Try the narrow gate. Bye-bye.